our team, Julio. Danielle and Julio sat down and we chatted about bringing in the Spanish community into TV8's world because the entire community deserves to know what's going on. That's why we have Julio now, and we're going to take a look and meet him and find out what he's all about and what he's going to bring to the community.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Liz, and I'm going to continue on throwing beautiful people at you guys this morning. Right here next to me on the sofa, we have our fabulous leader, and I can't say enough about Danielle. She does so much for us here at the station and so many other great things. And of course, we have with us Julio Garcia, and you are a multimedia journalist.
Yes.
Now, you just joined the TV8 family, right?
Just last week.
Just
Yes.
last week. Now, I gather you talked to Danielle. Did you see the ad in the paper or something like that, and then
Online,
you came on?
yes,
Yay.
online. I saw that there was a couple job openings. So this is always something that I've wanted to do, and it's sort of my passion.
Nice.
So I went ahead and applied, and not knowing that all the exciting stuff that was kind of going to be in store for me, and now I'm here. So
Well, I think it's amazing because we need something like that. You know, I knew you were looking for a Spanish editor and things like that. Yeah. So explain the programming and how it works with the English and the Spanish.
Yeah, so, I think it goes back to even 2 years ago when we first bought the station. You know, it's always been our intent to become more of a community television station. And I think in order to do that, you have to be inclusive of as many parts of the community as possible. And, as we've settled in and things, and kind of looked at the community, there is such a large Latino population here locally.
Yep.
And I don't think that the community has done a great job of serving that population.
I agree.
There are some wonderful things out there in Spanish right now, and I applaud all of those efforts, but I want to do more. And so as we are ramping up, we're looking to do 2 hours of Spanish programming every day, 5 days a week.
Wow.
On TV8 in the evenings. And, we got to start somewhere, so we'll start small. We might start with only half an hour and work our way up. But my goal is for us to get to a 2-hour block sometime, I hope, later this year.
Well,
and so
I
as part
know.
of that,
That's
Julio is part of the family now.
Oh, I can tell you, we definitely have the audience for it. You are right. We have such a huge Spanish-speaking population, and they deserve to know what's going on as much as anybody else. We have so many great things going on. Why not make them privy? So where do you step in on all this?
Well, right now it's kind of just been a lot of planning, a lot of prep work, kind of working with Danielle. Just to kind of see where we see this going, how we see this developing. Mm-hmm. We obviously want the community to be super involved in all of this and have a huge say in what it is that we end up doing. So we have just been prepping and doing a lot of, kind of starting to connect with the community, start some outreach, reaching out to different organizations to see, if they would be interested in participating, and just kind of starting to get the word out there of what's coming and what we plan to do with the Spanish programming. So it's kind of in its initial stages right now.
Right.
Once we get the community involved and once we start to hear some feedback, I think it'll really kind of start to kick off.
Do you see yourself hosting?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, he's so well spoken. I was hoping you would say yes. Now, there's something special taking place on July 12th. Tell us what's going to happen there so we can bring everything to light.
Yeah, so it's kind of speaking about that community involvement piece. We're hosting an event here at our studio on July 12th at 6 p.m.
Yay.
We're inviting all of our community, but we really want to emphasize and we really want to hear from our Latino community, from our Spanish-speaking community. Mm-hmm. And right now, we're really open to any and all feedback. What is it that they want to watch? What programming do they want to feature? How do they want to get involved? Do they see themselves participating and maybe hosting a little segment?
Yeah.
We really want this to be a collaborative process with the community. We really want to elevate those voices, and we really want it to be content that resonates with our Latino community, that reflects our community, and that is just content that is valuable, that is interesting, that is engaging, and that is created by the community for the community. So we'll be here at the studio on July 12th at 6 p.m. We'll have refreshments. We'll get to mingle and get to know the community. We've already started to get some RSVPs.
Nice.
So we're very excited. And then we'll just kind of host an open forum and an open discussion with the community to see, once again, what it is that they want to watch.
Well, I think it's amazing. And I've also noticed on our social media, we're already slipping in some Spanish. And I think that's wonderful because now people can read it. If they only read Spanish, they know what's going on.
Exactly. And social media is huge too amongst,
Yes.
I mean, everyone is on social media nowadays, but our Latino population really goes to social media for a lot of their information or a lot of their entertainment. So I think that's a really important piece to all of this, is really engaging on social media and utilizing it as a way to get the information across. And yeah, it'll be exciting to kind of start plugging some Spanish segments on social media, and also start kind of doing maybe starting off with shorter segments on the channel as well.
Sure, and even perhaps a page dedicated just for Spanish. That way they can see exactly everything that everybody else sees in Spanish.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so I'm a Vail Valley native.
Oh,
Born
really?
and raised, yes. Born and raised in the beautiful mountains. Grew up here, did the whole public schools, graduated from Battle Mountain in 2015. So I really am, as I like to say, a product of this community. We hear that a lot. You're a product of this community and all that it has to offer. So I was fortunate enough to grow up in this valley. Then I went off to college in California. I studied at Santa Clara University, majored in communication and Spanish with an emphasis in journalism. And that's kind of where my background has been since, really striving for access to information in Spanish. And that's something that I'm really passionate about, is communicating in a language that people can understand, in a language that people can access easily, and how I like to say it, in the language of their hearts. So that's something that I push for in all of my projects, and kind of what I've been working towards the last couple years. And when I learned about this new Spanish programming opportunity here at TV8, I said, this is perfect, and this is what I've always wanted to do, is, kind of bridge that access to information or entertainment in Spanish. So that's kind of what I love to do.
I have to say, you're a very impressive, I don't want to say young man, because that makes me sound, but you are a very impressive person, and I love your drive, I love your spirit, and you absolutely have the passion for this. I could see you just running with it and doing great things. And Danielle, you found him, you did an amazing job. I know how excited you were to get this rolling. You tried for a while. It took a minute to find the right guy.
It did. It took us a minute to kind of get going, but I feel like we're off to the races now.
Right.
And so we're excited about this event on July 12th. And it really is to bring the community in to tell us. Julio and I don't want to tell the Latino community what they want to see on TV8.
Sure.
We want to hear what they want to see on TV8. We really want this to be a community project. And so we invite everybody to come in on the 12th and give us your ideas. Like, let's make an amazing community effort to do this.
I think it's kind of like a focus group before something starts, because that way you'll already have all of the great ingredients to do the perfect show and to give out the perfect information. And I know that everybody is so excited to get this, because why not join in the entire community? We're not half a community.
Exactly.
We're an entire